All right, people. So I'm gonna give you guys a reaction towards original and final design of anime characters. Right. So I have not seen this video. I'm gonna give you guys a rating on which one do I prefer, the original or the design that we are very familiar with. Speaking of character designs, if you haven't discovered, it's your first time, watching this channel. I do a lot of using my photograph as reference and turn them into different character designs that you guys are familiar with. So if you're interested in content like this, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and throw in the comment section on what characters you guys want me to design in the future. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into this. Wow, I never knew Son Goku looked like that. Yeah. For sure, I prefer the original Goku that we're familiar with than the monkey original design. I would say this too. I wouldn't mind if anybody will, make this as taking this as a hybrid with what we're currently familiar with for Dragon Ball Z Goku and mixing it with the way he looked with the old school draft design. That'll be interesting to see. And if you guys want me to do something like that, let me know down below. All right, look. Wow. Look at that sketch. I mean, you could just see that, the original design had more of a modern take, right? Just with the leather jacket, it just seems like it's more of our timeline and our era compared to the whole pirate aesthetic. Definitely prefer, and he looks younger, of course, with the Luffy that we have. I know he got a little bit older later on, but the default Luffy is younger. And I would say that I prefer the newer final design than the draft. Looks a little like Ichigo on that one too with the original. That's how Sasuke looked. All right, so Sasuke original design looked more emo. But at the same time, I don't mind it. He has more of an ninja aesthetic, just covering up with the scarf covering his mouth. I definitely like the hairstyle of the final design. I definitely prefer the final design over the original design. And share your thoughts on these down below. Which design you prefer for some of these characters? Yeah, definitely Sakura went through a extreme makeover. She had more of a, 5 head going on there. Got the Rihanna 5 head style going on, right? 5 head, 5G technology. With Sakura, final design definitely hands down over the draft. Oh, that's how Sanji used to look. Interesting. I do like the original design of Sanji, for sure. I mean, they really made him much more simplistic with the final design. But at the same time, the final design just, I guess since I'm so used to seeing how he looks in the final design, I'm just leaning more towards that than the draft. But at the same time, I do like the draft. I do like the fact that he has more of like he's a gunslinger. I like the purple. I like the hat. I like even the whimsical perspective of how he looks in that particular drawing. It captures my eye for sure. However, I do like the less is more aspect of Sanji with just using his kicks. I prefer that over the gunslinging. I think it just might be too overbearing because you already got, I think his name is Zolo, or where he has like 3 swords. It's like he got 3 swords, you got 2 guns. It's just overkill to me. So I do like the contrast by having Sanji much more simplistic than how he looks in the original design. Wow, I don't know this anime, so, but judging by what I'm seeing here, it just looks more like it's a draft that led towards the way he looks here. So of course I'll go with the final design of how he looks here. Lord Forgard. Don't. Let me know that anime down below. This anime here. Again, same thing. It just looks more like it's a progress that led towards this final design. I do not know this. Wow, interesting. Okay, I know this is Attack on Titan. I've done a few designs of Attack on Titans, right? You guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But this is interesting because I've heard originally this was supposed to be a male character, right? This is why in her Titan form, with the way you see it in the Titan form, is supposed to be actually how this character look. This is the only character where the Titan form looks like a whole different person in terms of the gender. That's because originally it's supposed to be male. I do like that they done that dichotomy of making making it a different design of a female, and then having that weird look of it looking like a completely different person when it's in this male Titan form. So I do like the new design for sure, and I like that they kept the aesthetic of this design into a different approach of the Titan form. I know I've been saying Titan form a billion times, but you get what I'm saying. But let's continue. So it's not so much of a real redesign. It's more like they're taking bits and pieces. Oh, Demon Slayer. Wow. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I like the original design more than the final design, but I can see why they did not go with this original design, because it looks more menacing. It looks very like it's a villain. You know, they went very detailed and creepy with this look, and it wouldn't make sense with the character since he's aligned with the main character in their journey in the anime show. So it makes sense why they softened it up and made it look more quirky and funny as opposed to serious and scary. So let me know what you guys think. I know some of you guys might prefer this, but story wise it makes sense that they went with the final design right there. Okay. Oh, interesting. So Nami had more of like a mechanical steampunk looking arm right here, so something must have happened to her right there. And then this one, over time they gave her humongous chest and ideal proportions with the tattoo. I actually preferred the original design over the sexual look, just because it just has more character. The steampunk look, I actually like that, the asymmetry of the steampunk carrying, but it wouldn't make any sense of her carrying that. But then again, it's One Piece, it doesn't need to make sense. So that's that. But yeah, I prefer the original over the final. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Oh, they really changed him up. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe somebody this must have been like a screenshot. But yeah, I like Tojiro in the final design. This looks a little bit emo-ish here. Yeah, I prefer the Tojiro that we're familiar with. Wow, that was Naruto? Oh man, the pose on this one is great. It's an amazing pose. I like the downward angle, and that perspective is really cool. It's not that different if you look at it. It's not that different from the final design. But I prefer the final design just because there are much more colors that are happening there. You got blues, you got orange, you got white. This one is just mainly like tints and shades of orange. So to me, it just looks like he's wearing a different outfit. So yeah, but I prefer the iconic, and also the hairstyle. I like the extra spiky hair to it. It just gives him more of a stronger characteristic to stand out. So I prefer the final over the original. Ryuka. I don't really, honestly, this is not doing us justice. It just seems like it's a draft, right? Because the hairstyle is still the same, like the final design. He drew this on his, look like he drew it on a notebook, notepad. Sometimes that's how it starts. Not all the time. Character starts with a sketchbook, but I like the pose here. This doesn't really seem like it's that far off from the original, except for the school outfit, but she was wearing that in Bleach in the beginning, so just seems more like it's a draft. Oh, that was it. Wow, what an extreme makeover. Yeah, definitely final design over original design. Itachi, this is perfect because you can see the resemblance between him and Sasuke. This one here, they don't look nothing alike. He looks like more like a pirate. And yeah, definitely an extreme makeover. Like, this is much more cooler, much more menacing. This one, he just looks like a minion. Like, he just wanted the henchmen. So yeah, final design out the park over original design. Who's Brooke? I don't. Okay, this is One Piece. I really follow up with One Piece later on. Interesting. So they was gonna make him more of like a scary, simplistic, skull. Skull, and I don't know if he's an enemy, good guy, bad guy, but just the character design, they made him more simplistic in the beginning, and they gave him much more of a unique characteristics by giving him features like an afro and shades. And by adding those features, it makes it stand out much more. So you gotta look at it, if you're an artist doing character design, sometimes you need to do things a little bit over the top for viewers to remember that character itself, right? They do that in wrestling as well, like back in the 80s and 90s, especially the 80s, where everything was bright in your face, super exaggerated, and that worked well with like selling action figures and different types of merchandise. So that being said, yeah, final design all the way. Oh wow, yeah, that's how he looked in the beginning in Death Note. Yeah, I prefer the final design. Looks more the demonic, out of this world. This one just looks too human. Don't know this, and I'm not familiar with this anime. It looks familiar. I never looked into it, but it's okay. So they got rid of his horns. This just seems more like character work rather than it's a full complete design. It seems like a sketch of just figuring out the character as far as like concept art. But yeah, final one, definitely. Don't know this anime. Wow, okay, I do know Naruto, but like they was gonna make him a wolf, a mixture. I was gonna make him a werewolf. Interesting. Glad they did not do that, but I appreciate you can see the whole spiky hair aspect of it. So yeah, night and day. Night and day, you get it? Werewolf, night and day. So Horizon, definitely, especially when he wears the hat. Oh man, yeah. Huge makeover as far as his character design. Original, okay. I remember this anime. Okay, so yeah, they went more with the brunette hair. Still kept his eyes. Not that much of a difference, you know. The one's white hair, the other one's brunette. I prefer the final design, you know. Yeah, forgot this anime, but the ending of it is great. Very polarizing, but I haven't watched this anime in so many years. But yeah, definitely the right over the left. Gaara. You know him? Yeah, final design of Gaara over the left. For sure. Yeah, They just, more of a stronger characteristics of his emo-like face, his hair. I like his maroon hair. Also, the sand that's on him on the back. It just, yeah, just more iconic. Asta. Do not know this anime, but I definitely would go with the final design over the original. I think that was the last one. All right, so share your thoughts, guys, down below. And like I said before, I do a lot of different character designs, right? I'm just showing the slideshow, all that stuff. So throw your suggestions down below as well. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.